Lizzie, yeah. Yeah. Come on. Bring it.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Dendy. I'm your host Kennedy Dendy and I am here today with a very special guest. She is the founder of the Baylor Babes Instagram page, which is all about the empowerment of women who are making an impact in this world. Please welcome Melanie Pace. How are you doing today, Melanie?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Great.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about your position on campus?
Right. So I started Baylor Babes last year, spring semester, and it's really just an Instagram that is all about showing girls on campus that there are other girls out there who are following their passions and kind of inspiring them to do the same because, I think a lot of times it's difficult when you're on campus to go after your dreams because you're worried about what people will think about you, but this is really about showing girls that there is a space for that and that this is really a place where you can do whatever you want.
Definitely, I love that. So could you tell us, what does a typical day-to-day look like for you?
So it's sort of a messy undertaking because it's just me running it right now. So I'm very much just trying to keep my eyes peeled, my ears open for girls who are doing things that are different and doing things a little bit differently. So it could be just the girl who's sitting next to me in my great text class, and I found out that she's been helping Syrian refugees over the summer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that is such a cool thing. And so just looking for stories and looking for people who have a voice that's a little different from your typical like Baylor girl.
Now, at what point and how did you decide to take on this position?
So I actually did a story for one of my classes last semester. It was an interviewing story, or a profile story on a girl who is one of my friends, and she makes her own piñatas, and she's very fashionable. She was very involved in button bears, and I really loved taking pictures for that and writing that story, and I was kind of like, you have this girl who's very unique and who's doing what she wants to do and following this interesting and like out of place passion of like making your own piñatas.
Right.
Like who on Baylor's campus would be doing that? And so I was like, this is such an interesting, like so inspiring to me personally, because here's this girl who is absolutely doing whatever she wants to do. And so I was like, this is something that can be shared with other people. And Baylor Babes kind of came out of this one profile project with this one girl, and it's been slowly growing. It's definitely a process, but it's been a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah, so that is very inspiring. Were there any obstacles that got in your way and in the point you were at today, and how did you overcome that?
Right. I wouldn't really call it an obstacle. I would call it kind of like an honor, but just uncovering stories of women that are a lot different from what I've expected. I think I get to hang out with so many cool women, and the more and more I do this Instagram, the more and more unqualified I feel for the position, because I'm coming into different backgrounds and races and cultures and just uncovering all of these things and trying to tell the stories in the best way that I can and represent women from all over campus, not just white sorority girls,
right,
but people who are doing all kinds of things and who are impacting the campus in different ways. And so it's not been an obstacle. It's been absolutely an honor to be able to tell those stories, but it's really about continuing to do that and not settling on mediocre quotes or anything, picking the best material that I can and taking the best photos that I can to showcase these women as well as I can.
Yeah, so what areas or what things in your life do you feel prepared you for this role?
I don't really know if anything ever prepares you for anything. You're kind of continually through life experimenting with different things and seeing what works for you, but definitely the friendships that I've made, the females that have become such a big part of my life and empowered me in so many ways, and just meeting so many different women who are from different backgrounds and who have different passions. has really pushed me, and my friends have really pushed me in a wonderful way to become who I am. And so I think just the past few years, making those friendships and building a foundation of incredible, empowered women who support me and who love me and vice versa has been an awesome experience and has definitely prepared me for anything. You know, if you have good people in your life,
right,
you can do anything that you want. So.
Definitely. I love what you said about investing in those female friends and the ones that will be there for you, paving the way for younger girls, for really any girl. No, but what advice would you give to your, let's say, freshman self?
So this is gonna sound really dumb and cheesy, but, and I thought about this a little ahead of time and like, is this what I actually wanna say? But definitely invest more of your time into friendships than into boys, because I think there's sort of a rush when you get to college, and especially at Baylor, where there's this huge culture of ring by spring, like get married, you know, as early as you can. And coming into that, you're like, oh my gosh, where is the closest boy that will date me? And there was so much time that I spent investing into relationships with boys that have not gone anywhere and like probably lasted a couple of months, that I could have spent putting into valuable female friendships. And looking back on it, eventually a guy will come into your life who will empower you, but until then, don't be investing yourself into boys. Invest yourself into your friends.
Right. Well, I love what you said about investing in the things that matter and the people that will be there for you
in the future. Look at your friendships and your relationships and say, is this person helping me get where I need to be, and am I helping them? And 5 years from now, am I going to look back on this and be like, oh, this added value to who I am today?
Exactly.
That's really important.
Where you would like to be. So when do you graduate?
May 2020.
Okay.
So.
And what are the next steps for you?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. It's a day-by-day thing, you know. You got to just kind of figure it out along the way. And if you take it day by day, usually you're a little less stressed, hopefully.
Yes, yes. So if you knew you could not fail at anything, what is that one thing that you would do?
Well, for me personally, I sort of don't believe in failure. I think that we encounter challenges and obstacles and we fall down, but we get up, and from these obstacles we learn things. So even a massive quote unquote failure to me is not a failure. You're learning something along the way. So I think that if I couldn't fail at anything, then what's the use in doing anything? You know?
Right. So what female leaders in your life do you look up to? And is there any advice that you've been given that you'd like to share?
Right. Well, I mentioned earlier my friendships are like incredibly powerful to me and special because everyone in my friend group comes from a different background and loves different things. But absolutely the number one person in my life has been my mom, and I've been so blessed to have a woman who is so strong and sure-footed. And it was amazing growing up under this woman who never ever expected me to have a boyfriend, never expected me to find a husband. She expected me to be myself and to grow to love myself and help me pick myself up after difficult times. And looking up to someone like her has been like one of the greatest joys in my life.
Oh, well, I love what you just said. Is there anything else you'd like to share that you haven't mentioned?
I would say just embrace yourself, embrace being authentic to people. I think social media makes it difficult to be authentic, but the most important thing in this life is that you get to be who you are every day. So love that and love that person and show other people what's going on inside your head. Don't keep it all bottled up. You know, if you're dealing with mental health or struggles, it's okay to have a bad day or to cry in front of people. You know, just be authentic.
Yes, yes. Well, as a token of my appreciation, I would like to present you with this Dendy Award for all that you're doing in the community and for your just goal to empower women. So this is for you.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
All right. To stay up to date on all that Melody is doing, you can follow the page on Instagram at Babes Baylor. That's all for today. We will see you next time.